The Gina and Matty podcast.
I did have a bit of time off, Gina. As you know, you got to have a bit of a sleep in. I spent almost a week in hospital, and I'd like to thank everyone for all their messages over the last week, just checking in, going, "You all right? Is everything okay? Where are you?" Got knocked around a little bit with, I didn't even know, but pneumonia, of all things.
You never think that, would you?
No idea.
So
and
fit.
It's a really weird one. It ends up being like, I was told by one of the nurses there that it's quite prevalent at the moment in the community. There's quite a bit of this pneumonia going on, and what it ended up doing was putting some fluid on my lung. And then I woke up on, when it was a week ago, Saturday or something, and my chest was so tight that I couldn't even take like a shallow breath. It was like it was a piercing knife pain to the right lung that was crippling. And I was like, I'd take it, and I just couldn't breathe. There was a part of me, it was like, I think I'm having some sort of attack.
Yeah.
And I was at that point, because the night before I thought I just had some really bad indigestion. I was like, I did eat my nachos pretty fast. It could be just some indigestion. And then when I woke up that morning, I just couldn't move. So went off to the hospital and just didn't leave the hospital for about 6 days, which was horrific in itself, not only just for the food, but just being in hospital and not being able to work.
Oh, you just want to get out, don't you, once you're in there, because it's not comfortable and they're noisy.
And I'm a bit of a people pleaser too, so I don't like to cause issues.
Yeah.
And because I know that I'm not the sickest person in the place. That's the thing as well. I know I'm in a hospital. I'm not the sickest person here, so I won't make much of a noise. But it's just such a bizarre thing because I've been very lucky in my life that I haven't done too much hospital time.
Yeah.
But when you go into that emergency room and then you just start getting ushered around and shuffled around, then you get put in one room and they're like, you just sit here for a while, and then a few hours goes past, someone calls out your name, and then you go and sit in another room and they put your drip in you, and then they're like, okay, we're going to pump you with this other antibiotics, and like, okay, cool, who are you now touching me? And then I had a few like bits and pieces, other things going on. So I had a really sore back, and then one of my left plum was a bit sore as well. Right,
bit of detail.
Yeah, so sharing. And so for some reason I told them all of this, and then I'd forgotten that I told them that I had the sore back and the sore left plum. And then I had one nurse come and say, Matthew, no worries, you just need to come with me. And I was like, yeah, no worries. And she goes, okay, so you got a bit of pneumonia, there's fluid on your lung, there seems to be a problem elsewhere as well. And I was like, oh, that's right. She's like, so can you just drop your pants? And I was like,
oh, no, it's all right now, actually.
And I was like, oh, no, we're doing this now. Okay, so... And she's like, actually, I need a chaperone for this. And I was like, oh, okay, no worries. She goes off, right? This really nice, probably 30-year-old English nurse goes off and grabs another nurse who has someone who's training with her. So then all of a sudden, there's 3 people in this room. I never take my pants off when there's lights on, right? So it's like I'm in the middle of a 7-Eleven. This room is so bright in the hospital. I've got my linen shorts down around my knees. Then there's 2 people just watching. And then she goes, oh, yeah, okay. She goes, actually, I might just need to get the second opinion on just something here.
No.
She goes, and they're like, oh, no,
Someone
that's just...
else.
So I'm standing there just I'm like, okay, this wasn't really how I expected my Saturday morning to go. And I'm not breathing. This is like a live OnlyFans happening at the moment. But everything is okay
Is it all good in that
everywhere.
department?
Everything is okay everywhere. I am still struggling to breathe a little bit, Gina. So you have to not be too hilarious this morning, otherwise I might hit the deck. But I am back. I am very appreciative for everyone, especially at Star 104.5, because I did also miss our 20th birthday party.
Oh, boy, did you miss the party.
You got to hang out with Sammy Jade,
Yeah,
which would have been
did.
incredible. You interviewed her, you played a bit of a game with her,
Yes.
which we'll hear a bit later on.
Had a lot of fun.
How was the party,
Oh,
Gina?
look, it was so good. It was everyone got dressed up. The food was great. The music was great. The venue was great. The wine was great. It was really good.
bet it was.
You didn't miss much, Matty, really.
No, that sounds like,
Don't
yeah,
feel
no, I didn't
bad.
miss much.
Don't you much rather have a bunch of people looking at you in the raw
Yeah, you know what? Actually, I did have the better time by the sounds of it. Yeah, absolutely.
Gina and Matty.
Matty, while you were gone, it wasn't like I was doing nothing here. Don't be thinking I was just sitting around doing nothing. I come into the office.
You sure? Yeah. It wasn't just Margaritaville for the last week and a half?
I'd come in a bit later. I'm not coming in at 5:30, but I'd come in and I'd go and schmooze. I'm a good schmoozer. You know, I'm a good people person. And
Yes,
I just
you
go
are.
and stand around, you know, have a coffee. Some of them, when they get here, Matty, they go down and have a coffee first. So we go down and we have coffee.
Was it less productive for the office just having you swanning around? Did anyone get any jobs done?
No. I think Shane with a Y was like, can you please not come in tomorrow? Because I'm quite the distraction. So I was standing over a couple of the girls and Rory and Alice and Beck and I. We were the only ones here at this point. And and poor old Alice, she has to order. She gets on the phone and we're all having a good old chat around her desk. And she gets on the phone and I'm eavesdropping to her conversation. And she goes, hello, yes, it's Alice here from Starfan. I'm just inquiring. I need to order some inflatable balls.
Why is she making personal calls at work? That's what I want to know.
And then she says, what colour have you got and how big are they?
And it was at that point you were told to go home.
Yeah, then I had to go home for the day.
The Gina and Matty podcast.
For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcast.com.au.